Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the heart of the eastern mountains, there lived a young and curious villager named Kavi. Kavi had a brilliant mind, always brimming with thoughts, ideas, and questions. But with each passing day, he found himself trapped in the labyrinth of his own thoughts, overthinking every decision, and constantly doubting himself. One day, Kavi decided he couldn't bear this burden any longer. He sought the guidance of a wise old sage who resided at the peak of the tallest mountain. Determined to find a way to silence his restless mind, Kavi embarked on a journey, climbing up the treacherous slopes to reach the sage's humble abode. After days of arduous travel, Kavi arrived at the sage's dwelling. The sage, an aged man with kind eyes, greeted him warmly and invited him inside. Kavi poured out his heart, explaining the incessant overthinking that had plagued his life, hindering his progress and happiness. The sage listened attentively, nodding with understanding. He knew that words alone wouldn't be enough to guide Kavi toward the path of tranquility. So he shared a profound story that would help Kavi grasp the essence of stopping overthinking. Long ago, the sage began, in a distant kingdom, there lived a renowned painter named Lai Wei. His brushstrokes were graceful, and his paintings captured the essence of life. One day, a troubled young man approached Lai Wei, seeking his guidance. He confessed to the painter that his mind was always filled with worries and fears, and he longed for peace. Lai Wei pondered for a moment, and then smiled knowingly. He asked the young man to meet him at dawn the following day. Eager to find respite from his troubled mind, the young man arrived at Lai Wei's humble studio as the first rays of sunlight kissed the earth. The painter led him to a serene garden filled with vibrant flowers, towering trees, and a small pond reflecting the clear blue sky. Lai Wei handed the young man a clean white canvas, a brush, and a small bottle of ink. "Now," said the painter, "I want you to paint what you see before you." The young man hesitated, unsure of his artistic abilities, but Lai Wei reassured him, encouraging him to let go of doubt and trust his instincts. As the young man dipped the brush into the ink, he observed a red rose nestled among the green leaves. He began painting, his strokes hesitant at first, but soon gaining confidence. He tried to capture the exquisite beauty of the rose, the subtle shades of red and green dancing on the canvas. However, the young man couldn't help but worry. He feared his painting wouldn't be perfect, that it wouldn't do justice to the rose's magnificence. Doubt crept into his mind, clouding his focus and hampering his progress. Lai Wei, observing the young man's struggle, approached him gently. Placing a hand on his shoulder, he said, "Remember, my young friend, perfection is an illusion. Focus not on the end result, but on the joy of creating. Let go of the worry and immerse yourself in the process." Inspired by Lai Wei's words, the young man took a deep breath and released his worries. He stopped overthinking, allowing the brush to dance freely across the canvas. With each stroke, he found himself immersed in the present moment, guided by his intuition rather than the weight of expectations. When the young man finally stepped back to admire his creation, he was astonished. The painting radiated life, capturing not only the external beauty of the rose, but also the artist's inner journey. It was imperfect, yet undeniably magnificent. Lai Wei smiled, his eyes filled with pride. "You see," he said, "by letting go of overthinking, you have unlocked the true essence of creation. Remember this lesson, my young friend, and carry it with you throughout your life." Kavi listened to the sage's story intently, and in that moment, he understood the profound truth it held. It wasn't about reaching a state of perfection or worrying about the outcomes of his thoughts. It was about embracing the present moment, trusting his instincts, and finding joy in the process. With renewed determination, Kavi thanked the sage for his wisdom and bid him farewell. As he descended the mountain, he made a promise to himself. He would no longer allow overthinking to paralyze his mind. Instead, he would live each day fully, immersing himself in the present moment, trusting in his own intuition, and embracing imperfection. And so, Kavi returned to his village, a changed man. He shared the sage's story with others, inspiring them to let go of overthinking and find solace in the simplicity of the present moment. The village flourished as its inhabitants discovered the beauty of living with a free mind, unburdened by unnecessary worries. From that day forward, Kavi lived a life of purpose and contentment. He pursued his dreams, made decisions with conviction, and embraced the joy of the journey. And whenever he felt the familiar pull of overthinking, he would recall the story of Lai Wei and the rose, finding motivation to let go and be present. May we all learn from Kavi's journey, embracing the wisdom of the Eastern Mountains, and discovering the power of simplicity and mindfulness in our own lives.